Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 6th grade concept of ordering numbers. This is standard 6.2D in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 30 off the 2019 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have a temperature problem that we are trying to order the numbers. So we just have some negative numbers, and they're rational numbers. We can't even necessarily call them integers because we do have decimals. So we've got, they gave us negative 3.4 degrees Celsius and 1.6 or 1 6/10 degrees Celsius. And then we need to find a temperature that is less than both. So I don't think it's going to necessarily be a problem finding something that is less than that 1.6, but sometimes it can get a little bit strange trying to find numbers that are less than a negative number. So let's just take our thermometer and let's just drop it on its side right here. So let's pretend that this is our thermometer, and here's our 0. You know, I'm not seeing anything really large here, so I'm just going to kind of put 5 right here. And I'm going to put negative 5 over here. We can kind of just use those as benchmarks. We can kind of put our numbers around there. So let's see where our first two numbers are. These are the ones that have to go there. 1.6. So if that's 5, you know what, I'm going to want to see if I can put 2, 3, 4. I'm going to at least want to put those in there. So 1.6, here's my 1 is right there. So my 1.6 is going to be right around there. Let's just call that 1.6 degrees. Let's put a little dot right there. There we go. Let's go ahead and do the same thing for the negative 5. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4. There we go. So my negative 3.4, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3 is going to be right around here, almost in the middle, but not quite. And let's call this negative 3.4. So I'm looking for something that is less than both. So less than, remember, less is to the left when we're looking at our number lines. We're looking at something to the left of both negative 3.4 and 1.6. Since negative 3.4 is smaller, we'll just look at anything that's less than that. So let's look at negative 2.6. That's F. So I've got negative 1 right here. I've got negative 2 right there. So negative 2.6 is going to be right around there, maybe. Negative 2.6. And as you can see, it is less than 1.6, but it is not less than negative 3.4. It is actually greater than. So that is not going to be our answer. So we can just mark off F. 3.9 would work wonderfully if it was negative. But I mean, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 3.9 is right here. If it were negative 3.9, it would fall behind the negative 3.4. But this is much too large. Not sure what the thinking is behind that. That's not even a good answer. Now, negative 5.4. Let's see. That could possibly be it. So I've got my negative 3, negative 4. So there's my negative 5. And you know what? I don't even have a negative 5. I don't even have a negative 6. So I'm going to kind of put it right here. Let's just pretend it goes right there, negative 5.4. And so, yes, that is less than my negative 3.4. It is less than my 1.6. So I'm thinking this is it. And that's the tricky part with negative numbers. As the digits get larger, the number gets more and more less. The reason why is because it's farther away from 0. See, this is your center point right here. When you're dealing with positive numbers, the larger the numbers they are, the greater they get. But when you're dealing with negative numbers, the larger the numbers they are, the farther away they get, which means the smaller or the lesser they get. And our last one is 0, and that's right here in the middle, and that's not going to do anyone any good. So our answer is H, negative 5.4 degrees Celsius.